I have just seen these two images together. It looks like Catherine, now you're referring to Catherine McPhee there, who's of course the wife of David Foster, it was their event, was talking to Meghan in the first picture. But Meghan was more interested in her husband, David Foster. So sweeps her arm across to Harry, completely blocking Catherine. You can just see her mouth above Meghan's left shoulder.
That she was deliberately blocking her because she was transfixed on David with that big, feral sort of grin that she has. It's rude, but we've seen Meghan have a lack of manners across multiple events and multiple people. I mean, she even turned her back on the Queen. So Meghan does not have, I would say, great social skills. She knows where the camera is. All she cares about is her shot and is she in view.
Don't you remember why the Fosters and Meghan had a falling out? Meghan hitting on David like a feral cat.
David Foster finally spoke, and instead of killing the Meghan Markle red carpet scandal, his explanation dragged the entire night into something far more suspicious. What was supposed to be a clean denial, a simple clarification, a neat little celebrity cleanup, suddenly opened another door no one could ignore. Because while David insisted, he did not snub Meghan at his gala. Viewers stopped staring only at him and started watching the woman beside him, Catherine McPhee, who seemed to vanish behind Meghan at the exact moment Meghan turned her attention toward Catherine's husband. And that is where one awkward red carpet moment became a full-blown social mystery. At first, the story looked brutally simple. Meghan reached an arm toward David Foster. David kept walking. Then, seconds later, he appeared warmer with Prince Harry. The internet froze the clip, dissected the body language, and turned that tiny movement into a public humiliation. Meghan, the woman who usually controls the frame, suddenly looked ignored in front of cameras. But then, David stepped in with his explanation, claiming he had already greeted Meghan and Harry before that moment, meaning there was no need for another grand greeting in front of photographers. That answer weakens the snub theory, but it does not erase what happened next. Because the real tension was not just David walking past Meghan. The more dangerous frame was happening almost right beside him. Catherine McPhee was there, David's wife, one of the hosts of the night, and someone with her own history connected to Meghan. Yet as Meghan turned toward David, her arm moved across the space, and suddenly, Catherine appeared partly hidden behind her. That one image changed everything. Meghan went from looking like the woman being excluded to looking like the woman doing the excluding. And when the person being visually pushed aside is the wife of the man Meghan is turning toward, the internet does not move on quietly. That is why the old accusation came roaring back. People started asking whether Meghan once seemed a little too interested in David Foster. Now, to be clear, a few seconds of red carpet footage do not prove flirting, jealousy, hostility, or any secret intention. But in public image scandals, proof is not always what spreads fastest. Perception is. And the perception here was brutal. Catherine stood there, Meghan shifted toward David, Catherine became blocked, and cameras captured the exact second. That was all critics needed to build a darker story around a night that was supposed to look polished, friendly, glamorous, and safe. The strangest part is how safe this room should have been for Meghan. David Foster and Catherine McPhee were not random celebrities Meghan and Harry barely knew. Catherine and Meghan had a connection going back to school. David had been helpful during Harry and Meghan's time in Canada. The couples had been photographed together in California. This was not meant to be tense, unfamiliar, or socially awkward. It should have looked like old friends reuniting at a polished charity gala. Instead, every few seconds created another question. Who was greeting whom? Who was controlling the photo? Why did Meghan appear to guide David? Why did David walk past? Why did Harry get the smile? And that is where the pattern becomes impossible to ignore, whether it is fair or not. One awkward clip can be dismissed as timing. Two awkward clips start becoming evidence in the public imagination. In one moment, Meghan appears to reach and receive nothing back. In another, Catherine appears to lose space while Meghan turns toward David. That reversal is what made the gala explode online. Meghan was no longer just the possible victim of a red carpet snub. She became the possible architect of another woman's awkward disappearance from the shot. The contradiction gave the scandal oxygen, because every angle seemed to accuse someone different. David's denial may answer one question, but it cannot answer the one now circling Catherine. He can honestly say he did not intentionally ignore Meghan. He can genuinely like Meghan and Harry. Meghan's arm may truly have been a positioning gesture, not a failed attempt at greeting. But none of that explains why the wife ended up half hidden behind another woman, while Meghan's attention appeared fixed on David. A publicist can explain a greeting. A host can clarify a misunderstanding. But no statement can fully rewrite a frozen image once millions have already decided what they think they saw. And Meghan's bigger problem is not just this one frame. It is the reputation surrounding every frame. For years, viewers have studied her public appearances like choreography. They notice when she reaches for Harry, when she moves toward the center, when she guides someone with a hand, when she appears aware of the camera. Fairly or unfairly, that means Meghan gets almost no benefit of the doubt when something looks controlling. Another celebrity might accidentally block someone and people would forget it. When Meghan does it, critics instantly ask whether she was positioning herself. That is why this gala did not calm down. It escalated. The more people replayed the footage, the stranger the entire evening became. What should have been remembered as a sophisticated charity gala celebrating a major anniversary, celebrity performances, and millions raised for families dealing with life-saving organ transplants slowly disappeared beneath endless, frame-by-frame analysis. Instead of discussing the fundraising, viewers became obsessed with Meghan Markle's arm, David Foster's smile, Catherine McPhee's disappearing position, and Prince Harry's reaction. Somehow, an event built around generosity had become dominated by questions of body language, status, and social hierarchy. That alone showed how quickly public perception could overpower the purpose of an entire evening. Then, another contradiction emerged that only fueled the speculation further. Go back to the very first viral clip. Freeze it at the exact moment Meghan extends her arm while David approaches. Viewed without context, it looks devastating. David appears to walk directly past her before smiling warmly toward Prince Harry. It creates the impression that Meghan expected attention she never received. That interpretation spread across social media within hours because it looked emotionally complete all by itself. But once David publicly explained that he had already greeted Meghan and Harry before photographers captured those seconds, the scene suddenly carried an entirely different meaning. Instead of rejection, Meghan's gesture could simply have been directing David into position for the group photograph. The exact same movement now supported two completely different stories. But even after David weakened the humiliation narrative, he unintentionally created a much harder question. If nobody was being rejected, then why did the interaction still appear so awkward? People had not imagined the uncomfortable atmosphere. The footage genuinely looked strange enough that millions interpreted it differently. That meant the mystery no longer centered on David's intentions. Instead, attention shifted entirely toward Meghan's actions. The discussion transformed from "Did David embarrass Meghan?" into "Why did Meghan create a moment that looked so uncomfortable in the first place?" That shift placed Meghan at the center of the controversy instead of its edge. As soon as that happened, Catherine McPhee became impossible to ignore. Her presence changed the emotional weight of the footage because she was not an anonymous guest wandering into the background. She was David Foster's wife. She had known Meghan for years through their earlier school connection. She belonged naturally within that interaction. Yet the camera captured a fraction of a second where she appeared partially hidden while Meghan's attention remained directed toward David. Nobody can honestly determine intention from a single frozen frame. Catherine may have stepped backward herself. Meghan may have been guiding David closer to photographers. The carpet may simply have been noisy and chaotic. Yet, cameras never record explanations. They record appearances. And appearances often become stronger than reality. That is exactly why viewers started asking another uncomfortable question. Why did Meghan appear to be actively managing the interaction at all? Throughout the footage, she does not seem passive. She moves. She turns. She gestures. She signals. She appears involved in organizing the group rather than simply standing with everyone else. One observer sees someone trying to help photographers create a better picture. Another sees someone controlling the scene. Neither interpretation can be proven from those few seconds alone, but both remain possible because the visuals support multiple readings simultaneously. That ambiguity became the scandal's greatest strength. The less certainty existed, the more discussion exploded. Suddenly, every previous connection between the two couples returned to public memory. People remembered David Foster supporting Harry and Meghan during their Canadian chapter. They remembered friendly dinners. They remembered California photographs showing the couples together. They remembered Catherine McPhee openly discussing her history with Meghan dating back to school. Every old friendship now became another clue in a mystery no one could fully solve. If everyone was genuinely comfortable together, why did one red carpet produce so many moments that looked socially confusing? Why did relationships that once appeared effortless suddenly seem filled with hesitation, repositioning, and awkward timing? Of course, none of those questions prove there was a hidden feud. Adults can remain close friends without constantly appearing together publicly. Celebrity relationships rarely look exactly the way outsiders imagine them. There is no evidence establishing secret hostility between David Foster, Catherine McPhee, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle. Yet the cameras failed to capture effortless chemistry, and that absence became the real headline. The controversy survived precisely because it was built on uncertainty rather than certainty. No proven flirtation, no proven rejection, no confirmed conflict, only visuals strange enough to support every theory at once. David's statement undeniably weakened the original snub accusation. His explanation that greetings had already happened earlier makes practical sense. Meghan's extended arm can reasonably be interpreted as guidance instead of a failed handshake. That clarification matters because it directly challenges the claim that David deliberately humiliated Meghan before photographers. But it leaves the second controversy completely untouched. His explanation cannot change where Catherine appeared to stand. It cannot explain Meghan's body position. It cannot erase the visual impression created by that brief sequence. One fire may have been extinguished, but another immediately ignited beside it. That second controversy may actually prove more damaging because it focuses less on what happened to Meghan and more on how Meghan herself appeared. For someone whose public appearances have been analyzed for years through the lens of control, positioning, and image management, perception alone becomes a powerful force. Even if Meghan was doing nothing more than helping organize a crowded group photo, the final freeze frame still placed Catherine partially behind her, showed Meghan facing David, and encouraged critics to revive old rumors that had largely faded from public conversation. Intent became almost irrelevant once perception took over. Perhaps that is the greatest irony of the entire gala. Meghan never delivered a controversial speech. She never made a dramatic statement. She never gave a headline-making interview. David Foster publicly denied the most explosive accusation against him. Yet the footage refused to disappear because another interpretation quietly replaced the first. A charity evening meant to celebrate generosity instead became remembered for split-second body language, conflicting interpretations, and unanswered questions that no participant could fully settle afterward. David may have resolved one mystery, but another remains frozen forever inside those few unforgettable seconds. And as viewers continue replaying every movement, comparing every angle, and debating every gesture, one question refuses to disappear. Was this nothing more than an unfortunate collection of badly timed moments? Or did the cameras accidentally capture something everyone involved wishes had remained invisible?